It's the first month of the second half of the year, but who says it's too late to implement new and powerful ideas for this year? Well, since no one said it's impossible, let's take a look at 15 powerful ideas you can still implement this year. Ready to make some cool changes to your life? Alright, let's get started. Welcome to ALUX. Number 1. Have one exceptional week. What would your life look like if it were perfect? Great job, happy life, great body, and perhaps a wonderful relationship too. I bet you can already picture how that version of yourself looks, sounds, and walks. So why not act like that for an entire week? Sounds like a bit of a funny idea, right? Well, the real question should be, what have you got to lose? Nothing. What would this perfect version of yourself do? Well, figure it out and then do that. Would they work tirelessly toward their goals? Would they spend less time worrying about the things they can't change? Well, act like that. Having this exceptional week will help you to see the type of person you want to become and would push you to actively take steps to become this actual perfect version of yourself, or at least as close to perfect as possible, let's be real. Who knows? Acting like this could be the start of great things for your career. Number 2. Digital minimalism. Let's face it, do you need your phone every minute of the day? Of course not. Digital minimalism involves you finding a moment in the day or a day in the week where you decide to keep your smartphone, laptop, game console, headphones, and every digital item away from you, unless you absolutely need them to function. You can start by taking a few hours off of your mobile phone and social apps. Don't bother about what's trending every minute. You can always find out when you get back online. Digital minimalism helps you to stay concentrated and it keeps the noise and distractions away. So why not try it out? You'll be glad you did. Number 3. Write things down. Did you know that writing is one of the best ways to sharpen your mind? Well, if you didn't, now you do. Writing things down helps you to collect your thoughts, which in turn helps you to see things more clearly. Writing your thoughts down also makes it easier to analyze, and you can see how certain thoughts are affecting your lifestyle. Writing also helps you keep track of information. With something like a diary, you can go back and see how you were feeling 4 months ago in your previous entries. If it was something negative, you could see how much you've grown since then. So go on, find a notepad and make yourself a journal. Number 4. Spend time with your loved ones. You probably know this, but a little reminder doesn't hurt. Your parents won't be around forever. Now, this isn't meant to scare you into doing something, it's simply to remind you that spending time with your loved ones matters because they won't be here forever. It's quite easy to fall into the loop of work, and more work, and forget the importance of spending time with your loved ones. In fact, did you know the vast majority of time you'd spend with your parents comes during your early years? And if you're out of college, it basically means you'll spend limited time with your parents from here on out. It only makes sense that you allow these moments to count and you make them happen as frequently as possible. Number 5. Invest in all kinds of wealth. While growing up, we all pretty much defined wealth as having more than enough money to cater to our needs. We probably thought it meant having the best cars, the finest houses, and perhaps a private jet to keep things exotic. However, what we failed to learn is that we don't have a single type of wealth, and pursuing just financial wealth has a way of stopping you from finding the other kinds. We've got social wealth, which focuses largely on your relationships and how important they are in your life. Physical wealth, which primarily revolves around your physical health, mental health, that's your knowledge, faith, skills, and overall wellness, and time wealth, which when lost, can never be recovered. Understand that these several kinds of wealth are all equally important, and taking actionable steps to master each one of these stages is necessary. Number 6. Build an intellectual circle. Do you know one of the best ways to sharpen your mind is to engage in intellectual discussions? Yeah, that's correct. And you know what makes it even better? Disagreements. Sounds weird, but truly, agreeing all the time isn't a good sign. Come on, how boring would it be if you and your friends agreed on every single little thing? It's important that you build a circle of friends where you can exchange and share intellectual ideas. And if these discussions lead to diverse opinions, then that's a sign you're in the right circle. Arguments are a test of how fast you can think on the spot, and if they happen regularly, imagine how sharp your mind will become in just a few months. The key here is to always be respectful. Number 7, read frequently. When you write, it's like emptying your mind, and when you read, it's like filling it back up again. Books, magazines, and articles contain almost everything humanity has discovered over the years. If you want to learn about something, there's a fair chance somebody somewhere has written about it. It's then up to you to find this book and digest every word in it. Reading also fills your mind with ideas, especially since it relies heavily on your imagination. If you want to become more creative this second half of the year, reading more often is a step in the right direction. Number 8, achieve something every day. Ever heard of a tiny gains chart? Probably not. And that's because nothing like that word ever existed until now. And here's why I'm mentioning a tiny gain. Recording tiny gains every day is one of the most reliable ways to achieve bigger goals. And when you make a conscious effort to achieve these smaller goals, which could be done in writing, you have successfully created a tiny gains chart. Your tiny gains chart could contain goals as simple as completing a task before the end of the day or sending out a pitch. And no matter how small you think your achievement is, a little celebration wouldn't hurt anyone, so come on, you deserve it. Number 9, allow yourself to get bored. Uh-oh, this is definitely going to get some eyebrows raised. Get bored? That only makes me not want to do anything. Who said we had to do something every minute of the day? Come on, your mind and body need a rest to properly function, so a little boredom to help your mind and body stay in sync, it isn't such a bad idea. But that's not even really the point of getting bored. Getting bored is a chance to force your creative juices. Try it out. No texting, no books, no movies, no music. Just allow your mind to do its thing. You can simply lay in bed and stare off into space or grab a chair and watch the world go by. 30 minutes each day sounds like a pretty good start. What do you think? Number 10, find your true friends and cherish them. Life is too short to be surrounded with fair weather friends. I mean, aren't we supposed to spend time with people who genuinely love us for who we are and not what they could potentially gain from us? If you've always felt like you're in the wrong friend circle, this is a good time to reassess your friendships and see if they're beneficial to you or not. And if they're not, well, it's time to take a walk. If they are, well, good for you, friend. Now make sure you do everything in your power to keep this friendship alive. And most importantly, don't hesitate to tell your friends how important they are to you. That kind of stuff always gets people right in the feels. Number 11, adopt the 30 for 30 plan. The 30 for 30 plan, what's that? Well, interestingly enough, it's the easiest way to become an expert at something. The 30 for 30 law says that if you want to become really good at something, spend 30 minutes each day on this project for 30 days. At the end of those 30 days, you would have invested 900 minutes into becoming better at this, and it's bound to yield some positive results. Number 12, assess your growth. How do you know how much you've grown if you fail to properly assess it? Assessing your growth helps you to see how far you've come and how much more you need to do. It's also a chance to see which of your tactics have been working and which haven't been yielding results. What areas do you need to work on? What areas do you think you need to pay more attention to? An assessment of your growth helps you to draw a better idea of where you're going and the various steps you need to take to get there. Number 13. Don't follow every piece of advice. Well, if it isn't another eyebrow-raising idea, don't follow advice. I'm pretty sure this is a whole video on advice, isn't it? Well, not all advice is created equal, and it's not all to be followed. Sometimes advice is just pointers on how to get you to see things from a certain angle. When someone advises you, you have the ability to see things from their perspective, and it places you before an opportunity to weigh several sides. But let's face it, some advice is just a little too idealistic. This is because they don't have a complete grasp on the situation, all the nuances to it, since they're not involved. And even if they were in a similar situation in the past, it's sometimes misleading to direct your life based on someone else's reality. So rather than take the advice hook, line, and sinker, take your time to break it down, filter it, and take what is helpful to you and your situation. And a pro tip, always take advice from multiple people and cherry pick the best parts. You're welcome. Number 14. Try new things. You really shouldn't expect different results if you're trying the same thing over and over. Mixing two chemicals again and again isn't going to give you a different solution or result. It'll give you the same one time and time again. It's sort of the same way with life. If you keep doing the same things repeatedly, there's a strong chance the results will remain the same. However, when you throw twists in every now and then, you're bound to see the positive results in no time. Stop staying in your comfort zone. Heck, you could even develop back pain staying all cooped up like that. Think outside of your box. Do something extraordinary. Ask questions, learn new skills, and of course, adopt a positive outlook while you do it. Number 15. Save time. Time is our most valuable asset as humans, and it must be maximized as much as possible. To save your time, you don't have to do everything by yourself. Delegation is a great option, and using automation tools is another. Whatever it is you do, I'm pretty sure there's a system in place designed to help you save time while being still very productive. It's also vital to clear your desk of distractions when you need to work. Scrolling between Google Docs and Twitter isn't going to make you work faster, it'll only rob you of your valuable time. And there you have it, Aluxer. 15 powerful ideas that you can implement this year. Are there any that you practice already every day? Tell us which ones and how it's going in the comments section. You never know, you might just help somebody else out too. Thanks for spending some time with us. We're so glad you did. If you found value in today's video, please give us a like, hit that bell icon to never miss an upload, and don't forget to subscribe.